This is a level 8 admiral being recruited early in the game, and those destiny traits are strong and game defining. In this video, I'm going to show you how to reproduce this 100% of the time, and even show you tips on how to get it sooner than I do, because while playing I realized I did some things wrong. It's a bit complicated, but once I've explained it, it's pretty simple and super consistent. Let's get into it. Here is the build we'll be running today. Big shout out to Determined Exterminator in the Discord for letting me know about this build. The key elements here is synthetic fertility. This origin is from Machine Age. We've shown it off before with an exponential build, but we'll actually be going down an alternate route with the government to get more leader benefits. We will be min-maxing this, and I'll walk through it as we go, but essentially our pops cannot reproduce naturally and we're transitioning into synthetic ascension. You definitely want authoritarian as it's going to help later on. Materialist is also going to help us, and so is militarist, for what we're aiming for, as we're going to get big leaders to go and destroy other empires. Dark Consortium and Technocracy is just to help with that tech rush. These could probably be changed, but make sure you have at least one that can be switched off, as we will be changing Technocracy eventually, as Dark Consortium will be stuck with us for the whole game. Intelligence a must, Natural Engineer is a must, and Ingenious is nice and really does not matter because we're not going to be having these pops for long. I'm playing on my standard settings: Grand Admiral, Small Galaxy, Standard Pop, Growth, 0.75 Tech and Tradition, mid-game scaling at E50 so we don't die straight away if we get a bad spawn. That's impossible! Now there's a bunch of lore to this origin, but I've played it quite a few times on the channel, so we'll essentially just go through what mechanically matters for this build. We do start off with 25% to artificial workforce. That is going to be important because we need it to get through the rapid identity preservation. In terms of techs, I'm not going to instantly go for artificial workforce because I did get Materials Workshop, and this is going to help us in the long term as it gives us more engineering output for engineers. In terms of the other techs, in society we will be looking out for genome mapping because that's going to open up techs we're going to need for leader stuff, but for now we're actually just going to take the 5% unity as we're not going to be building any other research except for engineering, so we can actually skip the lab for now and utilize the 5% unity. In terms of physics, I'm just going to take the energy, same kind of reason. We need the energy now. We won't be doing tech yet, but we could eventually get those buildings. We have started with the Soul Star as it's going to give us a nice guaranteed arc furnace and Dyson Swarm later on. You don't need to do it, but it's kind of meta. We do get dark matter to start with, which is pretty nice due to Dark Consortium. What I'm going to do is instantly just start building mining station, research stations, as there's not too much we want to build on our planet, but we do want to just get rid of the stronghold. We do not need it. We don't want to pay the upkeep and work those jobs, and same for the precinct house. Let's get rid of both of those. We will just survey with our science ship and then do our exploring by splitting the military ship up and just send the one off to explore. We do want to find people, planets, where to explore. This is always great early game. Information is key. Now on the market, we are going to try and buy as many minerals as we can. We do need them early on. We're also going to select our starbase and change the crew quarters into a hydro base so we can get some free food essentially. 1 energy for it. We will sell it. And in our government policies and edicts, we may as well put information quarantine on. It's 8 unity, but for +5 stability, why not? We're going to switch over to isolations for 10% more unity. We will want as much unity as we can get. And we're going to stay on militarized economy, as when I practiced this, I found alloys were more of an issue than consumer goods. Now let's play. Now, when we tick over a month, we're going to want to sell that dark matter, but we can't actually do it yet because technically we have none, as you can see. In terms of this event, I don't know why this is 0 physics research. So I guess we'll just take 15% the doctrine because we can eventually re-roll it. Yeah, we are negative trade, but we can fix that. Let's sell some dark matter, let's sell some food and some consumer goods, and hopefully that puts us positive. Still -6. Let's sell a bit more food. As spoiler alert, as rapid identity is going, which we're currently on economy first, this does give us unity, but as it progresses we are losing pops. They're getting fed into the identity repository, which is giving us trade, unity, physics, society, and engineering, which is pretty nice. We can change the situation to go more into research speed, but we lose more energy. We might do this once we've got stuff set up. First contact, we may as well do it. Hydro base done, so we can sell a bit more food. Be honest, we will want to get some alloys going. Alloys are going to be quite important to get star bases up and running early on to help our economy. First tradition, we're obviously going mercantile. This is just because trade doesn't get reduced by the situation. So we can get all of our energy from trade, and later on we can switch into Unity. So let's grab Mercantile to start with. And now with any minerals, we're just going to build city districts. And then when we get the materials workshop, we'll build that. And then we will probably change this just into an engineering research specialization to give us 100 engineer jobs instead of just 30 per city district. That's why we need quite a bit of minerals to get going. Also, because we've gone technocracy, we can get expertises on our scientists. That means on the planet, they're going to give them more engineering. And Kerbo here gives us more engineering, which we are going to want. So let's put Kerbo on our planet and then put that scientist that was on our capital on the science ship instead. We do start with more scientists because of technocracy too. And of course, we get capital buildings replaced with science directors. So as you can see, we've got a bit more science coming in. Subscribe right now, damn it, do it. Okay, we're going to grab trade from our civilians and amenities. They are going to get more consumer good upkeep, but that's fine. We currently have 2.4 thousand of them. So this is going to give us a nice boost to the economy, going from 4 to 20 trade. Let's start buying some alloys. We can even try and sell a bit more food, more alloys. Yeah, military ships export all back here. I don't know how I get these streamer luck spawns because we literally have a choke point here and we're locked in completely. Infinite opportunities done, we get a bit more happiness. Who cares? Now, we could go synthetic evolution, which will give us tech progress to powered exoskeletons, but we're going to go so far into engineering. It's probably not going to be done in time. So let's grab the Unity, as Unity is going to be the issue. We want to try and finish synthetics as soon as we complete the origin. So we want to save up as much Unity as we can. And this build does suffer a little bit from Unity because we haven't gone parliamentary straight away. I am crying. Okay, honestly, I think we're going to switch the archive into that engineering research specialization zone because we need those engineering techs. Let's get Spark of Genius 2 and let's build our first outpost. Okay, we will unlock adaptive economic policies, but we're not going to use it yet. We are going to be starved for energy, so we need our trade to be converted into energy at the start of the game. Because as you can see, we're losing pops. We're at 1.8 now, which means we're going to run out of technicians. Going to be sad. First outpost is done. Let's build the mining station. And then we're immediately going to upgrade the starbase. And we should probably put on Fortify the Border, which increases the upgrade time and gives us more capacity. Now, we could use dark matter for the monthly energy credits, the research speed. But to be honest, at the minute, I think we would just prefer to sell the dark matter. We will use this later on. Okay, the starbase is about to be done, and because of those negatives to our energy production, we're not going to build the solar panel networks. We are going to build the trade hub. We're also going to get benefits to that because we got mercantile. So trade hubs are the best here, and then we'll get a hydro bay. These are producing us resources without using pops, and we are going to go to basically 0 pops. So starbases are going to be very, very important. Let's get that 10% trade. Let's reduce market fee because we are buying a lot. And in these physics techs, basically just take whatever seems pretty good. We could aim here for military, which I'm thinking we might do because we are going to have quite a strong military once we get our admirals, and that's the whole point of this video. So let's grab blue lasers so we can try and get to disruptors. And then in society, we are looking for genome mapping. So let's grab that. The pop growth speed doesn't help us, but based on the tech tree, we need it for future techs. Now in engineering, we are just going to focus on our robots. Let's get artificial workforce going. Let's then build a materials workshop. We did get the research specialization, so we have 460 engineers, which means we can get through these engineering techs much quicker. We're just going to keep building star bases and buying as many alloys as we possibly can a month. We found the artisan troop, which is actually really nice. We come over to talk to them and we become their patron, and we can get 10% unity, and we need unity, so let's do that. Another star base, more trade hubs, and hydro bay. As you can see, we're at 16 food, so we're just going to keep selling monthly. Now we've got the tech in the engineering. We do get the robot assembly plant, free mechanical pops, and we get artificial specialists, which of course we're going to go into straight away. We need to get all of these techs they're giving us, and where we can, we're just going to build city districts. We probably should do sprawling slums so that these 100 pops can be put into the identity repository, as we'll probably keep it. Let's finish off mercantile now. Finishing this gives us 10% monthly trade, which is very nice. Ascension perk, we are all about tech first, then unity, so let's get tech ascendancy. And now we're just going to save the unity. We're not going to go another tradition until we finished the origin to get synthetics. Okay, so the next tech we're looking for is vitality boosters, which will lead us to selected lineages, and then capacity boosters. These are going to give us the starting levels which we need for this build. These techs are tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4. To get to a tier 2, you need 6 tier 1s. So what we can do is sort of count how many we have. We have 2 at the minute. Tier 1s you can tell because they're lower techs, or the lowest. So we're not going to see tier 2s yet. But once we have 6 tier 1s, we're going to want to prioritize the tier 2s and so on. So let's get the xenobiological lab just because it's a good tier 1 to get, and it doesn't lead to more options cluttering the tree. We could get a Ministry of Culture. Yeah, we can't afford that. We are going to be quite poor pretty much coming soon. Let's get Field Dynamic Center because these are just going to be good for later on. We need to start spending our trade on buying energy to create a little stockpile for us, and we can probably cut down on the alloys. Minerals are going to be useful, but we could even cut down on those. But yeah, don't do the tradition. We're going to save that unity now. As you can see, we're almost out of civilians as they're all being pumped into that identity repository. It's giving us trade, unity, and tech. Yeah, our resources are going to die. But we did just finish droids because our tech is going burr. We have 150 engineering. Now we need to go artificial administration as soon as we can. So let's click that. And this is what's going to take a while and why we need as much engineering as we possibly can. Going to even need to clear some blockers, which is a bit annoying. And if you're wondering why I'm selecting specific numbers, it's because inflation kicks in at certain points of the monthly sell. So if we go over 64 of selling food, this sell price is going to get worse and worse. But if we keep it at 64 or lower, we're always going to get the biggest bang for the buck. You can see the exact list in my Discord, link in the description. You can also in the Discord go to apps and games and try and roll for the Galatron by doing /Galatron attempt. I need to wait 3 more hours because it's once a day, but you can see a lot of people have done it and not everyone's successful, including me. I've done it 28 times and never got it. Yes, serious. I am serious. Okay, so we are going to favorite technician and engineer. We're also going to get rid of jobs we don't really need, like the enforcers, and just hope we can get to artificial administration without collapsing and burning. Habitable world survey, if you get this, go for the unity. We need unity. Eco simulation is quite good because we're going to get more food from our star bases, so may as well take that for a tier 1. Oh, and we probably should colonize these planets. We can do them with robots now, so let's send off colony ships, the planets we got. Probably should have done this earlier. Slight misplay there. I'm going to take global energy management because it's just good for the economy. Not that we can utilize it yet because our pops are dying. Now we're going to have to stop selling as much food. Probably start buying alloys. But we're getting our 5th starbase now. So the alloys have done their job. And just always be building on your capital. City districts are just going to be useful later on anyway. And let's of course grab the engineering research from this event. 36 months away. Now what I should have probably done as well earlier on is go for space control because we've already done a portion of it, getting us to tier 2s quicker. But also coming over to the situation and doing research focus for that 20% research speed. We could have afforded it. It helps out get this done quicker. Slight misplay there. We need to stop selling consumer goods. We maybe even have to buy them. And you can see our energy's dying. We do now have factions, which is pretty nice. Let's promote the one that likes us more. They both don't have representation on the council. Really, it's all authoritarian. Well, that's annoying. Our economy should just about last. As you can see, it's hanging on by a thread. Let's get rid of physicists and biologists and just hopefully they can go into the consumer goods. Keep us positive there. We do still have our energy working. Combat roles. Give us capacity subsidies. Maybe that will help a little bit. Sure, let's build an energy generation bit. Now we're also looking out for galactic administration, which needs colonial centralization as a tier 2 and planetary unification as a tier 1. We've already done planetary unification, as you can see here. But we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tech. So we need 1 more society till we get tier 2s. Now adaptive bureaucracy will open up more techs, which is going to clutter the tree. So let's not go for that. And let's just grab the monument because it's one of the cheapest and it might be helpful later on. Who knows? Let's build that energy grid. It might help. It might. We're also so close to finishing artificial engineering here. We are at 404 tech. So here's the first tier 2 we absolutely need is colonial centralization. You can tell it's tier 2 because it's 6k tech rather than 200. Let's grab that. Got our first planet here, which is very nice. Just robots living there. Let's instantly be building a robot assembly plant so we can build more pops. Probably should have this favoritized, but we need the engineering more. And it's just annoying to manage about. I mean, if we just do this, we lose a little bit here, but we're still producing pops. So probably a good idea to do that, to be honest. Okay, we get that 40% unity. Let's expand the council now. And yeah, our energy is collapsing completely. We can start buying minerals and just this is not a good idea, but I don't want it to go negative. This is going to make inflation kick in, but going negative is going to be more annoying. And I guess we can prepare going other techs by building these as I don't have the energy to clear the blockers and we can't build any more city districts. That's a lie, actually. We can replace the agricultural with city. There we go. We can no longer do the artisan troop because it costs energy. But we're so close, 6 months away. One final step. Now we must embrace the synthetic tradition, which is now unlocked. And guess what? We have 10k unity to use up. So let's scroll down to the bottom and go synthetics. When we adopt it, we get synthetic yield, which will start a situation to transform the founding species into a mechanical species. When we finish, we get a bunch of modification stuff. Let's grab that. Now this option here, I believe, does not really matter for us. So what we're going to do, since we're going to have a lot of planets and their science directors, we could increase that by 15%, which could be good. More unity. I never really go elite pop resource output, so let's do it. There's probably a better option, to be quite honest, but you can choose whatever you want. Now with synthetics here, we can grab stuff like robotic pop amenity usage reduction, job efficiency for mechanical and machine pops, 10%, very nice. Assimilation, going to be very good when we go on the murdering spree. We can reduce robotic upkeep by 25% and upkeep for roboticists. However, I am going to pick prefabricated components, as I can tell we're not going to be able to finish this quite yet, and I'd rather get more roboticist jobs because we can build more pops. We have 20 months till we can finish synthetics off here, but we have, of course, finished artificial administration. So now we just go whatever we want. Let's get off the business, prepare for war, and remember to build on your other planets, which don't quite have the minerals yet. There we go, robot assembly plant. We do have synthesization. We may as well go full speed ahead, so we can upload 200 pops a month instead of 100. We don't care about alloys too much yet. We want to get this done. I just got a military leader killed. Whoops. We do only have one faction, which is pretty good. Let's promote that then. The materialists, we just got an admiral killed, so let's put a materials on it. They're 1. We'll do a level 2, 1-year-old. And that should mean, yeah, 70% approval, a bit more unity. We can kind of fix our economy up a little bit here. It's going to go a bit wild because, of course, we have 0 pops. Let's restore jobs, keep this favorited, get rid of enforcer. Now we have virtual salvation. Again, this is up to you. We can either remain our identity repository going with all the pops inside it, which do note we're getting 133 unity, 94 trade, and 86 of each tech. Or we can place those entities into the robots and we get all our pops back. Last time we wanted our pops back because of the build we were doing, so let's just go with the identity repository. It's going to give us a quicker start here, and then we can build up anyway. We're not really relying on loads of pops like we were before, so let's keep them there. That does mean we're going to have not many pops at all, but we should be able to rebuild. Another choice that's up to you. We're just going to go for identity initialization. Don't think it matters too much. And now synthetic fertility is ended. We get extra modification points and trait picks, and we get synthetic salvation, giving us more governing efforts, attraction, happiness, and job efficiency for bureaucrats, which is, it's okay. It's not why we were doing this. Now, what we do get is some nice little edicts here, more leader buffs, which is going to be really nice later on. We also get optimized identity creation, giving us 15% pop assembly speed, so let's, of course, whack that on. I do really want to prioritize our unity, so we don't really need the 5 stability, so let's drop below the edict fund. Now, we really should try and aim to build up our planets. So let's buy some minerals. Probably should aim to try and get back down to lower energy income. You can see our planets will start filling up relatively quickly. It'll help once we can finish synthetics, trust me. Okay, we have finished that society tech. Remember, we want to go for tier 2, so let's just get fleet command limit. Is it 7,200? Physics, I mean, if you're offered Dyson swarms, you should probably take them, but disruptors are also really good, so we're going to go disruptors. Let's get machine template system so we can robomod, and we can finally finish synthetics, which gives us that reduced upkeep, which is going to be really nice. Also finish this so we get more trait picks, and we get an ascension perk. I think we just take the unity. We really want to just rush down more traditions, and my word, these planets suck. Mainly for energy. Our capital's good for energy, so we're gonna have to make our capital energy and tech. You will be minerals, and this one can be industrial once we get the minerals, so let's start building minerals there. Now this is where the wiki comes to play. The specific governing type we need, we must pick options that give us the physical choices. So wiki linked in the description. If I forget, let me know because it is in my notes, just might have forgotten to put in the description. Digital refractoring here with the focus on the neurosynced bodies. It's kind of obvious which one's the physical one. This literally says virtual, so let's go with that. The buffs aren't really going to matter. We definitely need the specific physical governing option. Something we absolutely should build as well as the identity complex, giving us more monthly mechanical pop assembly. We just need pops. We need to build these everywhere. We can build only one in the Empire, but on a capital is a good idea. Oh, another pop-up, the home server architect. The physical choice here is the individual servers can be stored in existing homes. We get less housing usage and more happiness. 25 years, sure. Respawn, the continue to push to limits is the option here. We do lose 20% pop assembly for 5 years, but it is what it is. Okay, we can now create pops. We're absolutely going to go adaptive frames because it basically just picks the best trait for what it's doing. It's very good. We then want mass produce because we don't have any pops. 15% assembly speed is very nice. We can also put synthetic salvation on the robots we had before we had that. And we can take some -1s to get a few more positives, like airfix attraction, bulky, and wasteful for efficient processes. 5% efficiency is going to just help a little bit. We'll set them as default and then set these to integrate into default. We're going to make the same species here, set as default, and then integrate. We could change the living standards too, but for now, we'll wait. We might probably go get academic privilege when we can afford the consumer goods. We don't have our consumer good world up yet. Next tradition, we are going to rush down statecraft because it's going to give us more XP to our leaders. We definitely want that since we're going a leader build. Synthesize society is the final event, and because we did more physicals, we do get directorial manifold, which is great. Not giving us our leader buff yet. It does reduce researcher speed, but it's going to give us more worker output and reduce planetary infrastructure cost and upkeep, which is going to be good to building up. But as you can see, if we reform government, the Imperial version gives us a +2 to leader starting skill level. This is why we want it. We'll switch to this eventually once we get the 3rd civic. But for now, the infrastructure is great because we can build up quickly. Gene crops is a tier 2 and we have some progress to it. So let's grab that. Keep going for those tier 3s on society. And really, we probably want to switch our engineering research specialization over, but we're not even working all the jobs. So let's just get more output with the Xenobiological Lab and Field Dynamics Center. Let's keep building mineral districts. We're up to 112 now. As you can see, as our pops grow, they get their traits, our economy is growing very nicely. So let's start colonizing more worlds. We don't have alloys. Okay, we need alloys. To be fair, I might just make this one of these alloys and one of these consumer goods. I'm not sure. Let's get alloys going on this one anyway. Well, terraforming is definitely a tier 2, so let's grab that. I'm just going to splash some alloy cash to just start colonizing other worlds. Now we can switch slowly into tech capital, and we can expand the council. More pop assembly, please. Synthetic yield. And let's get dark matter per physicist. As you can see, we're 22 years in, and we're doing quite decently, and we're not at our peak yet. We're still preparing for those leaders. And to be fair, we can now actually switch our trade policy from wealth creation into unity. We don't need 167 energy right now. We can also put stability back on, and we may as well get the lifespan and leader XP. We're up to 216 unity. Arc furnace is pretty good. The issue is we need to find someone. I actually found an empire. Your murder. We also do have synthetic, which when they're on a planet, they're giving job efficiency. I just got a scrapper on our alloy world. Yes, please. Let's get the plants going. Consumer goods going here so we can just make this all science. We can probably unfavorite these. Not really. We don't need the miners or farmers though. Okay, we've done 1, 2, 3, 4 tier 2s. We need to go for another one. Let's not unlock more. Let's go reverse engineer. Let's get that 10% pop assembly. We still just need pops, but they are filling up, as you can see. Probably should get an arc furnace on the go. And we actually instantly got what we wanted. In 2 roles. We need vitality boosters to eventually get the leader stuff, but we also need the civic slot. Let's grab the civic slot. I don't know, we kind of want to use technocracy still. I'm actually going to go vitality boosters. It sounds wild, but it means we can roll for selected lineages because we need this first, because we don't really need the civic yet. And we found the blood forest. Luckily they're not bordering us. The momentum warriors, so let's spy on them. Consumer goods is an issue. We can fix it though. We're at 845 tech. Gotten quite crazy. And of course, we don't get anything we wanted, so let's just go for xenolinguistics. Okay, we get selected lineages, which gives us a +1 to the starting skill level. The next tier 4 capacity boosters will give us +2, which means we can get level 8 leaders once we put everything together, including the civics. We just got tech that gave us more traits. Oh, and we get these special good ones. And guess what? I didn't actually think this through and why we actually went Dark Consortium. We essentially get dark matter engines for free, 40% job efficiency for 0.02 dark matter. Yeah, we're absolutely going to use that. To be fair, we can get rid of mass produce for monoform, which gives us -80% housing usage and 20% pop assembly speed. Yes. We could even get 50% efficiency for roboticists for food upkeep. And we have a lot of food. Yeah, I'm going for that. I still need lots of bops. We have the gases, we have the food. Set you as default and integrate. We're gonna have so many bops. At least they're producing us trade. We can also afford baryonic insights, so we may as well. 10% physics. Almost 1k tech. 31 years in. Oh, I just lost a planet. Enraged Titans. Whoops. Oh, we just have to colonize it again. Statecraft is done. Let's get more council agenda speed so we can level up that leaders quicker. Not that we really need to level them, but we could get lots of level 10s. Now we're specifically hunting for the civics or more tier 3s to get 6 to get tier 4s in society anyway. Everything else we're just doing to level up the economy or our ships. We should just settle every single planet we can because we have so much pop growth now. It's just keeping up with growing them. It's just keeping up with the jobs now. We're getting claimed by momentum already. Rude. No time like supremacy then. I really should have gone for the extra civic when I saw it. Ugh. Haven't rolled it again. But the person who sent this to me said they could get this up and running consistently at year 35. I think if I took the civic tech, we'd be basically there, but not to level 8, because obviously you need the leader enhancing boost, but you could probably play this a little bit better, but it's still pretty good. I mean, I have 172 allies. I could easily just build up and murder someone right now, but we're going to keep going until we get the leaders. Yeah, I've run out of food. I think we need to get rid of the biomomentic assembly. We'll go exotic fuel consumption instead, since we don't need, not a civilian build for once. We don't need loads of pops. We'll keep this robot one with that on, just in case they're working it. It's not giving me the civic. Oh, I've messed up. Don't do what I've done. You can pick cheap text to try and re-roll it quicker. We're just not getting it. Well, to counteract that, we get more tech. We can probably afford to go academic privilege now, which gives 10% job efficiency to researchers. The big slot. Okay. Oh, we have a criminal cartel. That's not good. We should improve with them so we can try and get commercial pact to negate the criminal stuff. I mean, we do have some level 6s on the council already. We finally get the civic slot. So now what we want to do is get rid of technocracy, because I want to go to imperial feedback for that starting level. We also do get tech if leaders die, but that's not what we're going at. We then go distinguish admiralty for the +2 to starting skill level. Now commanders, as the commanders are going to be the ones that are going to be level 8. And then we want vaults of knowledge for a further +1 starting skill level. We're also going to get unity and XP gain based on destiny traits, and every level commander anyway will start at level 8 when this resets and we get the last tech we need. Let's get that research speed. Let's reduce upkeep. We don't really need Ministry of States. We could look at others. Definitely want dark matter. Could reduce leader upkeep and stuff. Don't really care. Ship starting XP per level could be really good since we're not building them yet. Let's whack our highest level there so that we get 5 times 50, which is, yes, maths. We also get a free air that's level 7. Look at them go. You will be on the council. Let's give you skirmisher, more naval cap, strategist, naval capacity and starting XP. Even more. Defense platform builds sure. One more level on Wilfred here, and he would be laughing. Obviously, Wilfred's going to go here, so we get even more starting XP. Now we just need that tier 4 tech for the level 8 admirals. Okay, we can technically get it now, I hope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. So let's do really low techs to hopefully roll the final tech of this build. We should probably just start making claims. We don't have a ship, so this might be dumb, but they're at war. It's fine. Sapient combat AI? Yeah. Also, it's a tier 4 tech, not tier 3. I don't know why I keep saying that. Stuff like gene tailoring is tier 3. Well, my friends, we have the first batch of level 7s. You could start now. Let's be realistic. You could have started a long time ago if you did the civics, because distinguished ability is giving you 2. You get 1 here and you get 2 here. But I really want the tech, so we're going to wait and keep building up. We could probably build cruisers now, which I think we might do. Honestly, I might just go full tier 4 lasers on the artillery. Just beam them down. Because remember, we have good tech, so we actually have really good components too. Kind of goes hand in hand. I'm fairly sure as well, capacity boost is biology, so we can use tech ascendancy to actually have a 25% more chance of biology research options. We also did have a biology 2 giving us 35%. So hopefully we can manipulate the odds more. Maybe we should have put that on earlier. I am stupid. War games from supremacy gives +1, so you can get 8 from there. You don't even need the tech. Okay, yeah, we misplayed slightly.
And he's right, mistakes were made. and I'm frankly not happy about them.
You could get this earlier if you rushed down Supremacy instead of Statecraft. Now we've got to wait 1.3 years for these to refresh, and they should all be level 8. I'm a bit rusty, I haven't played for a while. I don't know how long I can use that excuse for, though. Well, there we go, then. Some insane leaders are level 8. Is this level 9? I think it is. We'll take all... Oh, you cost a lot of unity. Yeah, that would be an issue. Okay, let's see what good traits we can get. Fire rate. Smelly council position. We'll make you an admiral. An artillerist. Medium slots. Is that what we're running on our cruisers? Yeah, we'll do that. So medium slots. We'll get a wrecker as well. And then this is where we get insane stuff, the Destiny traits. Master Gunner, range 30%, tracking 30%, and accuracy 30% is pretty insane. Shield of the Empire, if you're in your own systems, is really good as well. For Master Gunner, absolutely on that. Let's see what the level 9 has for us. We'll do Trickster, I guess. Oh, these are really bad. Engineer, another Admiral, restore stuff, damage, more damage. Yeah, this one not great. We can get more hull points. But this is why it's so OP, because we can just keep recruiting and firing until we get the really good traits we want every 5 years. Give you Artillerist. So currently, Ferrus Manus here is the leader we want on here.
Flesh is weak.
So they're on 44k. We put Ferrus Manus on. He's on 67. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Is just, yeah. Okay, with this other leader, let's see if we can get any better traits, shall we? Oh, fire rate, hull regen, admiral. And by the way, you could apply this to defensive stuff to get insane defense platforms and defenses, but we're just going on the attack here. Wreck is just a flat 15%, but this is 15% medium and fire rate, so we'll go with that. Shield of the Empire, no. Master Gunner is good. We'll get another Master Gunner. So David here, even though you're level 9, you're useless. So who's better? Ferrus or Jeanette? I think it is Ferrus. But we have another one for our next fleet. And then you can go crazy with this. You could go down Ascension. We're just going to go Force Protection and try and take someone down, I think. But I keep wanting to upgrade to see the true power. I was annoyed we haven't gotten the other tech. I'm guessing we could get level 10, level 9 leaders then. I don't really know why there was a variance. Let me know in the comments if you know that. Let's go kill. You could even make like an insane ground leader. Our ships are also leveled like crazy, aren't they? Yeah, they're experienced. They're getting 10% XP, 10% weapon damage too, which is time for war. Let's make them a vassal. As you know, let's claim them. No, let's make them a vassal. I mean, I've claimed a lot of them as it is anyway. Let's see our Master Gunner in action. But first, we should probably activate... I mean, we never did the alloy income and we're on 586. But we should definitely do the edicts. And I should have gone Supremacy. Whoops. Who cares? We have 100k. If this is 15, they are dead. We have the range. We have insane damage. They will be no match for us. It's probably worth even splitting this fleet up so we can take them even quicker. Look at them run. You cannot run from us. Oh, they're actually trying to get me. Why are they so split up and just Corvette spammed? But it is kind of a counter. There's also the Pricky T. I can't believe I've still not got that tech. Even though we don't have the scientists as strong as the military leaders, they're still level 6 to start with, which is not too bad. Man, I do hate how I have to take every single damn planet. They've lost. I've killed their fleets multiple times, taken all their land, all their meaningful star bases anyway. Ah, there we go. Beautiful. And this just keeps scaling. Every 5 years you're going to get more leaders. Like, leaders are strong. And the great thing is you can go over cap because you're not relying on XP, because going over cap only increases their cost and their XP cost. Now, I'm not going to sit here and fix all these planets, but you see where this is going. This could have been online a lot sooner because I completely forgot about war games here, which gets you to that level 8 without the tech, which we still didn't even get. So definitely you want to go that way around, but it's still strong. Definitely can see how you can get this online within 35 years. If you like this video, you're going to love this video where I make a build that just sacrifices its own pops, but it's actually surprisingly good. Click here to watch it now.